So I think we can all agree that the WWE is great and that there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever, and that if given the chance, we would make no major changes to it whatsoever. Right, Kanako?
You know my answer. You know it
I know,
very
but
well.
you're not being fun.
Why would I
Ah,
ever be? Why would we want to do fun? We're the WWE.
boy. So yeah, WWE. It's hard watching these days. There's a lot of ways we can improve it, and a lot of ways we can do it by just indiscriminately firing people. But we're not going to do that.
Kevin
Like,
Dunn. Sorry, something in my throat there.
yeah, you might need a lozenge for that. Your cough sound a lot like Kevin Dunn.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry about that. Brian James.
Mm, I want to hear about that. Oh God, it's spreading.
Ah! Kill this disease before it spreads. Even more
I'm going to
anyway.
be wearing the rest. I'm going to be wearing or doing the rest of this video with a face mask. Thank you very much. So I don't get what you guys got. But anyway, we all have a bunch of ideas about how we would fix the WWE, and we're going to do it without firing anybody. Sound good?
Yay!
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I guess we can do that.
Okay, so I'll go first. You ever been to WWEshop.com? It fucking sucks.
Yeah,
Like the website. Yeah, the website is, I guess, okay. Like it has a good search function, whatever. But like the merch, the merch itself is shit. Like they have like 1,000 different shirts on that website. I might wear 5 of them in public. Like the designs are so unbelievably, unflinchingly shit.
Not to mention terrible material.
Yes.
Yes, very bad material.
Very stiff. Like, do you remember that? There's a video that me and Calcos did a while back. We each uploaded a separate video where we purchased one of those mystery packs. It was like 5 shirts for $25. Mm-hmm. Really good deal.
Around that time, I also got one and myself. Half of the shirts I don't ever wear again.
Yeah, like I got 5 shirts. A New Day, a Lucha Dragon, and a Shane O'Mac. And
what were the other 2? I got the Lucha Dragon, something, and Shane O'Mac. I think it cut out the first 2.
Cesaro, New Day, Shane O'Mac, Lucha Dragons, and Cena.
Oh, okay.
You're lucky. I got 2 WrestleMania t-shirts.
I got an AJ Styles shirt.
I got a Rock. Anyway, so yeah, I kept the Cesaro one. Obs. I gave a friend of mine the New Day and the Shane one. And the Lucha Dragons and the Cena one are still in my closet. I have never worn them. Like, and the thing is, if you go on to, say, ProWrestlingTees.com, on the other hand, and you look at shirts for some of the guys on the indies, like, Pete Dunne's got some fucking excellent shirts. Like, I purchased one a while back.
Anything from the Young Bucks.
Oh, yeah, they've got 1,000 billion shirts on sale. Like, anytime they come up with a new catchphrase, which is basically 3 a day, like they put out a new shirt for it. So like there's tons of shirts for that, but the material on there is way better and the designs are way better. So why don't WWE like hire whoever's doing the shirts for Pro Wrestling Tees to make shirts for them so that they can make good shirts? That seems easy enough.
Yeah, it seems appropriate.
Yeah.
Voice, do you have any ideas?
Well, let me just ask you a quick question. How many people are actually really excellent talkers in the WWE?
Paul Heyman, Dean Ambrose,
Becky Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch, yes, absolutely, definitely.
Okay, now, out of the percentage, how many of them are absolute shit on the mic?
Oh, fuck.
Hey, Roman. Hope you get well soon.
So, here's an idea. How about we bring back the managers? You know, like back like we had in like the 80s and like the like the late 90s, 2000s.
I wanna point out something, because it's a really cool idea, but then Vince McMahon gets an idea and he goes, "Oh, we'll make him piss himself." Hey, Spud.
Or make him constantly say Lashley.
Well, here's what I'm getting at. We need more Paul Heymans. We need more people.
Endlessly fun.
Anyway, what I'm getting at is we need more people that can actually build up a wrestler. If you want to do something like, I don't know, to tell. Okay, let's say for example, Lars Sullivan comes up on SmackDown, start of January. He comes in. He's ready to beat down a bunch of jobbers, and he's all walk, no talk. So how the heck are you gonna keep this guy at that level? You need someone to really hype him up. So why not bring on someone that could really talk up his game, of basically the Paul Heyman, not the Paul Heyman way, the Bobby Heenan way, the way of describing every single way that he can actually beat you down to a pulp. So what you could do, presumably, is again outsource to some of the indie feds for people to hype up some of the new wrestlers, or you could utilize some wrestlers that are currently really good talkers, but whether they're on the shelf or they're transitioning to a non-wrestling role, and have them be their hype guy.
R-Truth.
Yeah, I can actually see that. He could be the new Pope.
Maybe not for Lars specifically, but for somebody like, because Lars is okay on the mic. Lars is okay. He can get by on just moderate talking skills and just annihilating people. But somebody who needs something, this is honestly why I like the R-Truth Ty Dillinger pairing from a while back, because Dillinger could use it. But
yeah, so if you really want to say hype up a mid-card guy who's for example, if you want a good guy manager to really get his way, imagine if the whole thing with Bob Backlund and Darren Young wasn't awful.
It wasn't. It honestly wasn't bad. I did some of it, and it could have worked. I agree with you. That could have worked.
Given a chance, it could have worked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if they cut down on all the make me great again, ha ha ha, political joke. You have legit, again, using that legitness of Bob Backlund as a 6-year-long champion, I think it was, and put it to a guy that would be seen as underrated, excellent in the ring, just spitballing here, Chad Gable.
Xavier Woods.
Totally working. Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, exactly. Again, that's what I'm getting at here. Getting someone to boost the mid card or upper strong guys that are not that well versed on the mic, and basically, heck, you can even make your own new Heenan family if you want to. Which I would not mind.
These are all good things.
Okay. Kanako, what about you?
So, I've had this issue for a very long time, and it's the fact that WWE has this hard-on for doing the exact same match week in and week out for months.
Baron Corbin, Finn Balor.
Corbin, Finn Balor. Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins. We've had that 15 times this year. It's getting boring, and this culminated this past week on Raw, where we had Seth Rollins doing an open challenge. He announced that a day beforehand, and everyone was going, "Who could it be? Who could it be?" And I made a list of people who they could have legitimately used, and still made look good, even if they lost. Or who knows? They could have won the title and got that belt away from the Dean Ambrose Seth Rollins feud, so they could have more than just the Dean Ambrose feud and the Braun Strowman feud. But here's a list. They could have gone with Bray. Could have gone with Drew McIntyre. They could have gone with Mojo Rawley. They could have gone with Zack Ryder. They could have gone with anyone from 205 Live. They could have gone with an NXT call-up. Maybe Adam Cole, Aleister Black, EC3. I don't know, bring Lars Sullivan up like you're planning to. There's even Ricochet or Velveteen Dream. But no, WWE goes, we're going to stick Seth Rollins with Dolph Ziggler again. Here's the thing. It was good the first 5 times. It was okay after that. And now it's gotten to the point where the two guys have gone, and okay, we've done this a bunch of times on TV. What else can we do? And when your wrestlers are having trouble figuring out how they're going to make a new and interesting match, you've run into an issue. And it's not like WWE hasn't got the manpower to put on a lot of different wrestlers, like a lot of different matches. And a big issue we've all had, and we can all agree on this, is WWE aren't good at doing call-ups at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Maybe we could fix that by having different matches each week on Raw that aren't the exact same matches week in, week out.
Now, as long as the storyline between the main feud stays the same, you can change up wrestlers. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, you like, here's the thing. If you don't need Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins in that match because it had nothing to do with either man being in a feud.
Right.
But they put those two together because they can put on a decent match. But here's the thing. Seth can put on a decent match with almost anyone. And maybe, like, going back to the John Cena in a US challenge, he would beat the person, but they look damn good while doing it, and they would get elevated from it.
Well, except for Kane, but...
Well, yeah, it's Kane.
That was shit papers. But Gilbert actually said something kind of interesting on Twitter or in a podcast or something. I don't remember. But he said something that maybe WWE should bring back more jobbers so that they guys have a match every goddamn week. If you do that, then you avoid those repeat matches over and over.
So...
Hey, James.
Oh God, no! I've had enough of James Ellsworth. But basically what you're getting at is like, would you? Well, here's the thing: would you demote some people to jobber status, or would you actually hire more people?
Just get just go out to your local indie fed, pull a guy who knows how to bump, give him like $200, and say, hey, like, die for Braun Strowman. That cool? Cool.
Well, okay, not even that. Just having different matches and having, like, same lot of guys. WWE has got enough guys where they can have a different match each week, or a different set of matches each week all year. But only focusing on a very select few people that honestly you could, I don't know, maybe elevate some of your very lower mid-card guys so that when they actually compete against the upper main event guys, that you can maybe actually believe that they might win, instead of going, oh, it's like it's Seth Rollins versus Zack Ryder. You see that match on paper, you go, Seth's winning that. But if you could get it to the point where you can go and say, hey, okay, I think Seth is going to win, but I could very easily see Zack winning. But we don't have that at the moment. Like, the only thing that's stopping people from perfectly predicting W's is the fact that WWE has this hard on for going and putting heel heat on everything without getting the satisfying conclusion of a baby face win. It's negativity, and with the fact that Christmas is coming, maybe some positivity might be a good idea. But no, we're not getting that. Never getting that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Basically, to sum it up, less matches with the exact same people.
Right.
More matches with different people.
Right. Speaking of Christmas, who here enjoys WWE video games?
I have not played a single WWE video game since like 2004.
Yikes.
1 second, let me bring up my Steam account.
Well, there was there one time I played was it WWE 2? No, it wasn't 2K. No, it was like SmackDown 2008, I think.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I played that like once, and I never wanted to touch it ever again.
So just on my PC, I have WWE 2K15, 2K17, 2K18, 2K19, and then I have all my console games, which are all the SmackDown versus Raw games, a few of the older SmackDown and Here Comes the Pain and such games, and I also have the TNA game, which is surprisingly good.
That's a lot. By the way, that's a lot of 2K.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
what
have
would you say was-
I have all but one 2K game, and that was 2K16, which was a buggy pile of trash.
Didn't they do 2K14?
No.
No? Okay. So, which would you say was better, the SmackDown versus Raw games or the 2K games?
I can't answer that because I never played the SmackDown versus Raw games.
It's very tricky because the SmackDown versus Raw games got very repetitive as far as like the SmackDown versus Raw games had a better soundtrack and had some of the better game modes, but as far as gameplay is concerned, 2K is slightly better.
Okay, let me rephrase that then. If both companies had the opportunity to make a game right now with current tech, with all of the same matches and stuff, which one would you rather play?
I don't know, because they're basically the same. Like, literally the gameplay, like all the stuff that's in a 2K game, except for like a very small amount of like mechanically, the two games are exactly the same. It's just one has 2K logo, one has other logo. It's the same engine.
I think Ukes.
Yes, it is the. Yeah.
Anyway, what I'm getting at is that like the 2K games aren't that great. Like, you never see them get brought up in any kind of game of the year discussions, even though a lot of fighting games do. You don't see them just get into a lot of sports games of the year categories or fighting game of the year categories. Like, they're not all that fun, and they don't draw in non-fans. So I would argue that 2K needs to step down from the WWE video game making side of things, especially after the hot trash disaster that was 2K18 for the Switch. God, that was embarrassing.
Yeah, that's. I do a little bit of help with Nerd Cubed. I'm one of his moderators on his Twitch chat, and he has he's a massive wrestling fan, and he's one of the people who started Stephen Larson, going in Raw. But here's the thing: he got that game for the Switch, and he is salty as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And for good reason, because 1, they never fixed the game. 2, they won't give him a refund. And 3, now he wants WWE 2K game.
That's fair, because that is totally deserved. Because 2K18 on the Switch was 2K18 for the Switch was like one of the worst games I have ever seen.
It is hot garbage.
And I say doesn't bring in non-fans because the Def Jam Fight for New York games, like the ones with the fighting rappers, basically. Like, I don't give two salty shits about rappers. Like, it is not my kind of music. But Def Jam Fight for New York is goddamn fun. Like, and it's basically a wrestling game, like with how over the top it is. So I think that was done with the Aki engine. So what they need to do is find somebody else to make the game, somebody who has fighting game making experience, license the Aki engine, put some WWE wrestlers in there, and make a goddamn fun WWE game.
Hey, Bandai Namco.
There you go. Do the thing.
Okay, this may sound like controversial, but what if someone, say, uses the Ignite engine that UFC games use?
I've heard some good things about the UFC game, so that could work.
I only say that because the people who own Ignite is Electronic Arts.
You lost me. Yeah, you had me and you lost me. Well done.
So here's the thing. The reason why I suggest Bandai Namco is because wrestling is pretty much fucking anime.
Kinda,
Not wrong here.
Oh wait,
Over the top.
Wait. Did Bandai Namco make Fire Pro Wrestling?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay.
Oh wait. Who made that Wrestling All-Stars game for like the Wii?
Looking that up right now.
That was, hang on. All-Stars.
We're in a race to see who can get it. THQ San Diego.
Oh, dang, they went under. Damn it.
It's the same guys. Yeah.
Yeah,
and they used the Unreal and Havoc engines. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
I was correct. It is Spike Chunsoft, who make the Fire Pro Wrestling games.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so there's a couple of engines that could be used outside that's not THQ.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and the engine honestly is showing its age because remember back in the day when we'd be able to do what is it? Come on. Like a triple threat tag team ladder match.
Right. I don't think I've ever.
That's from.
I remember that.
That's from SmackDown.
That's from 2007.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But those interesting, crazy match types are what makes wrestling fun. When Teddy Long would come out and say, "We're going to have a 10-man tag team match or a triple threat tag team match." And that's what wrestling is, being able to go, I'm going to do this match with these guys because it's silly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. But now with the modern ones.
Nope. Because everything has to be I'm going to put in massive air quotes here, a simulation.
Because they want to make it realistic.
Yeah, because that's what we go to wrestling for the realism.
No, we go for Ricochet doing a double fucking moonsault off a cage because he can. Actually,
speaking of real, I could probably get to my segment. My next thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
go for it.
Okay, so how many people are on the shelf right now in WWE?
Let's see here. Both of the Bludgeon Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I've got that list right now. I
Oh,
was
cool.
Oh,
checking.
go
Okay,
fucking
so
nuts.
current people who are injured. Let's see, Braun Strowman,
Mm.
Fandango,
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Goldust,
Ooh.
Kevin
not
Owens.
him.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
From a technical standpoint, Roman Reigns.
Technically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sami
Well,
Zayn.
that's kind of correct.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now, and that's just the people on Raw. Now on to SmackDown. We've got Rowan, who's
Yeah.
injured. We've got Sin Cara, Ty Dillinger, both injured. Let's see. Going
I don't
down
think-
to
I
NXT.
think Harper had to he wasn't technically injured, but while Rowan was away, they were just like, you might want to go ahead and like patch yourself up while your bro's on the out.
Yeah, I'm counting. They were injured in the ring, and and that's why they're inactive. They got injured because of they're inactive because of an injury, not their tag team partner is injured, and thus I'm going to also do stuff.
NXT.
Riddick Moss.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
He's got a torn Achilles tendon.
Oh, God.
that's a bad one.
Sabatelli.
Aw.
Oh, they're both injured. That explains why I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
I thought they were just shit.
Sabatelli, he tore a pec.
Oh, God.
Mm.
Oh, that's the Cena injury.
That's the current Triple H injury.
Yeah.
He tore it off the damn bone.
And over in the Performance Center, Tegan Knox.
Oh, that one was sad. Wasn't she supposed to make it to the finals of the Mae Young Classic?
Yeah.
Yeah. What
I'll-
did she do? I forgot what her devastating injury was.
Leg injury.
Oh, right. Wasn't she the one that got the Triple H injury where she tore her quad or something?
No, that's not
I
the
don't-
Triple H injury. That's the Kevin Nash injury.
Oh, the Kevin Nash injury.
And also from a technical standpoint, Triple H.
But getting back on topic, back on topic. Would be nice if like some of these wrestlers, took a break just to not hurt themselves more.
And
Yeah,
also take
the
time
thi-
off to get those injuries fixed.
Yeah. So what I'm
Yeah.
proposing as an idea is an off season for wrestlers. Now I'm not specifically saying like, oh, this is like the off season, like playoffs for like post playoffs for like actual sporting events, but no, this is actually individual wrestlers. Okay, and a lot of time off so that they can rest up, and it's rotating. So, for example, you have for example, let's say Sami Zayn, or rather, let's say Braun Strowman. He's been going at it, and all of a sudden he starts getting bone spurs in his elbow. So, best way to handle that situation is okay. Seeing how you've been working X amount of days since I'll say like last Survivor Series. Okay, let's give this guy some time off. He needs to rest up, so that way he doesn't hurt himself even more. So make it only about a month or so. Just to heal up, get him cool down, and then that way he's ready to go, that person is ready to go back to the ring, with a couple of exceptions. The first exception is if it cannot take place during WrestleMania season, because that's when you need everyone on board to get ready for the biggest wrestling event of the year.
At least for the big people. Because like if Zack Ryder has to miss a couple weeks, oh no, we're gonna miss the 24th person in the armbar.
Yeah, exactly. And the other again, you want to have as many people on board. Plus, you get that again the extra royalties for the pay-per-view buys. The other is current champions. Unless said otherwise, like if, for example, if Charlotte was champion, which she probably will be, I don't know, 8 months or so. I'm gonna put it probably in 8 months or so she'll be champion again. Like for example, she does something to her leg, while I don't know doing a moonsault to the outside, because those do not look clean whenever she lands them. So the best way to handle that, okay, we'll write you off with dropping the title, give you time to rest up, and then you'll be right back into the title picture next time. So
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I wouldn't. If you were going to do this, I wouldn't count. And you got injured during a match. This is going to count as your off season, because then it's like, well, you were going to give me time off anyway because I was injured.
I see what you mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
But even so, the off season will actually give again going back to my whole manager thing, give a chance for the undercard to move up. Like who's ever next in line for the undercard to move up to a mid-card title or to the main card, like give him a chance to shine in the spotlight. If someone is out of their place. Again, I'm thinking back to Attitude Era, like 2000, 2001. Around that time, you had the top guys were Stone Cold, The Rock, The Undertaker, Triple H, and Kurt Angle. If one of them went down, you know someone else is going to step up and take their spot. So, for example, if, again, for a while, Stone Cold was the top guy, he had to get his neck surgery. Who stepped up? Triple H, The Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H, The Rock, Undertaker, and Kurt Angle. Okay, but now you have the mid card open. Okay, who are you gonna bring in? Chris Jericho. He's perfect for the mid card. You have William Regal, Chris Benoit. Redacted. Caught myself there.
Boo. Kane.
And you didn't catch yourself.
Kane, RVD, Eddie Guerrero. Like, yeah, there's plenty of guys.
Exactly.
Edge, Christian.
Right. So think about again. So let's apply that today. If, for example, again,
Roman Reigns gets really bad case of the cancers.
Yeah. Okay.
A point.
Yeah. So who's gonna step up? Next guy would be Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose. Those guys will step up. Following that up, Elias can really move up into a mid-card title slot. Bray Wyatt just came back from Starrcade, but
he's not back.
Oh well, he showed up.
He
showed up at Starrcade. I count it.
Yeah, he did. He did show up at Starrcade, so there are some type of plans eventually. Probably.
Yeah. So essentially, that's why I want an off-season to give wrestlers a chance to heal their injuries and give people a chance to move up and give them time in the spotlight and show off their stuff, with the exception of WrestleMania.
Also, if it can also give guys, if they're like, oh, the gimmick I came up with on Raw didn't really work on the main roster. Let's see if we can redo that. Let's see if we can change it slightly or fix it so it will work.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit hard to do that when you're showing up week after week after week. But if you come up and the first few weeks no one's really getting it and no one likes it, then maybe come back and do some other stuff.
Yeah, like they could totally do that right now. Like Ty Dillinger, you said he's out for a while, and the whole Perfect 10 thing ain't really working. So what if he were to come back around the Royal Rumble at number 10, and just be like, no, I'm like a asshole heel now who thinks that he is a Perfect 10 because that's the kind of gimmick that would warrant being heel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A retooling of the gimmick could work.
Yep.
A retooling of the gimmick and new gimmick altogether.
Getting a manager.
Yeah.
All of these things can be done in the comeback.
Yes. Now, the final idea we have. Now, that whole off season is a bit hard to just implement out of nowhere. But if the wrestlers, I don't know, got together and made a union,
Panic!
This sounds like communism.
No, it's not. It's not like every other sport and every other industry in America has a fucking union. It's not like the wrestlers' union might actually make everyone's job price go up, and who knows, maybe they might actually be able to get stuff like dental healthcare and several other the basic amenities. And I don't know, maybe they might be able to then go and say, hey, the stuff you're doing, insert company owner here, is bullshit. We're going on strike.
Actually, I just realized something. If I just make this a comparison, if the actual like sporting leagues that have their unions, like the NFLPA, MLBPA, I compare them to like the Screen Actors Guild, and WWE is Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, hiring actors, hiring people for, I won't say minimal pay because some people get preferential treatment, but they're not actually part of a union.
Okay. Wait.
But anyway, right now the big issue in WWE. And this is kind of where some laws are kind of technically not being followed properly in WWE, is because every wrestler in WWE isn't a WWE employee.
Yeah, they're a
independent.
Independent contractor.
Yes, which is, if you know the legal system and you know how those things work, you tend to go, because if WWE really wanted to, they could fire someone. They can fire someone without firing someone. As an example of this, hey Neville.
Oof.
Or I should say, Pac.
Yeah.
If they don't want someone to, if they have nothing, basically, if you don't like them, and they don't like you, and you've still got like a year or two on your contract, they can just make you come to every Raw, not have any work for you, and you have to keep showing up. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it.
Eesh.
That's rough.
And that is part of the reason why a wrestlers union might fix bullshit like that. It would also make it also would make things a lot easier as far as like young wrestlers who are coming up into WWE. If it'll make it a bit easier so they can't just go, this is exactly what your gimmick is, this is exactly what you're doing, and there's not much you can really do about it. Now, if there was a wrestlers union, they wouldn't be able to do that, because then they'd instantly go to the union and say, hey, they're screwing me over, they're doing stuff that is not beneficial to my, like, how to put it,
brand,
my future, my personal brand and my future in the company.
My brand.
Not just the company, but the wrestling community as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing: with a wrestling union, wrestlers can set up how many matches they can have a year, how many shows they can do a year, how many matches they can do against a set number of opponents. They could also force the WWE to have an off season. Something else they could do, which CM Punk tried to do, is have brand deals and make slightly more money. And if they started making slightly more money, they might be able to go to WWE and say, hey, instead of paying me this much in my contract, I'll take a pay cut as long as I'm allowed to have brand deals. And what that would mean, and this is a big thing, is WWE would have more money to, I don't know, bring back Pyro. Have a couple of more wrestlers on the card.
We want ice cream.
As an example, where are my ice cream bars? Hey, New Day.
I was so disappointed
that's
with
a
that.
CM Punk thing.
Yes, but New Day also had ice cream. That was another thing they did. They had the cereal, they had the ice cream, they had the pancakes now.
Okay,
I've honestly lost track of all of the food-related snacks.
Next year's going to be paninis.
Ooh, I could get into that.
No, it's clearly going to be Tostino's pizza rolls.
Oh no, that's it. That's the one. That is memeable.
Pizza rolls. Yeah, okay, that works.
Yep.
And
although they do kind of already have an endorsement deal going with Lucha Underground, so maybe
it's a joke.
I know, but you might have stumbled onto something.
It's a joke because it's also believable.
I know.
Anyway, that's pretty much it for our ideas. But if you have any, post them in the comments down there. And who knows, we might do more of these. And there will be more, there will be more videos like this, that don't really have a set, that aren't prediction videos, that aren't
end of the year lists,
booking videos, that aren't end of year lists. We're going to be doing a lot more crazy ideas for videos. But who knows when the next one will come out, because these ideas take a while to formulate, and the three of us are not the we're busy a lot of the time, so it's hard to get together and actually record these. But in case we don't get one out until what's the next pay-per-view that I don't give a shit about?
TLC.
TLC.
Yeah, TLC. We here at the Haymakers would like to wish you a happy holidays.